This episode of Speakers of Eidolon is made possible by our generous patrons, like Chris, Tyronius, Dalamud Papodo, Scry de la Rosa, Jamie Assur, Elim, Cicerifu Lilirifu, Ariel, Courtney, Daimots, Casey Schaefer, and Omagicat Comet. Support the show and become a patron today at patreon.com/SpeakersXIV.
This is Speakers of Eidolon.
Good evening, AR students. Welcome to Speakers of Eidolon, episode 102. I am Lakeel Bravestone, and I'm joined today by, hopefully, Yaspot and Melavanadar.
Hello.
Welcome to episode 102 of Speakers of Eidolon. Today, we are going to talk about the live letter, live letter 45, which had a lot of stuff packed into it. That includes the Monster Hunter World collab and the Eureka, the next chapter of Eureka. Also, someone data mined 14, and it seems like we might have a reveal of a new job. So we will discuss that as well in the latter half of the podcast. And in the post-show, this is the day. This is quite the day, everyone. In the post-show, you will see the return of Who Wants to Be a Gillionaire. Woo! It's been forever, but we're trying to. This is a trial once again. I've simplified it so much, so hopefully it'll work. And in channel updates, the website has returned. Now, I need to tell everyone what happened with this website, because it was quite the drama the other day. So, basically, the website...
Thank you all for being awesome. Keep up the great work.
Thank you.
No, thank y'all.
Thank you. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So, the website with MogMail was starting to act weird. So, I couldn't log in anymore. No one could log in because it didn't, just something was wrong. And then MogMail still worked for a while. But then last week, the whole like system stopped like giving feedback when you sent a MogMail. So the reCAPTCHA wouldn't work, or the reCAPTCHA would work.
It worked. It just didn't show you that it was working or something.
Initially, it would work, and then you would send it, and it would say "Sending MogMail, stand by," and that button would just keep standing there, and then it would reset, and then would just go back to post my letter, and then the reCAPTCHA would reset, and you would have to do it all over again. You would think, however, when the reCAPTCHA reset was actually when the mail had been sent.
Right. That was kind of sort of a confirmation for you.
Yeah, but normally you would be sent to the landing page that would tell you that the mail had been sent. But then eventually not even that would work. Like it would, you would try to click the button, but the button wouldn't do anything. And that's when it became a little problematic. So I announced that in the Discord channel, and I think it was Cicerifu and Scython came to my aid. Turns out there was some malicious code in that injected into our website. Whatever, I don't know what it did, but it had gone deep. It had gone deep. It was probably infected the whole website. So I just nuked the whole thing. Everything is gone. Like everything of old articles, everything is gone forever. But I thought I'll recover some of them. So I went to Google, and you can watch like cached sites. Like, so I went back and watched the website from like a day ago, so I could save what I could and just put it back into the website. I noticed that almost all the articles had suspicious links injected in them that I'd never seen before. So, I mean, it was bad. So I spent like 8 hours rebuilding that website in the middle of the night just to get MogMail up and running. So it's working! It's back. So, yay.
And better than ever.
Better than ever. Safer, probably, than ever.
Probably safer, yes.
Yeah, so you can send MogMail again now. speakersxiv.com/MogMail. So that's good. And also SoH is coming this week. It's always difficult with Americans because for Americans, this is the last day of the week. So when this... Wait, no, this... Sunday is the start of the week in America, right? Of
Monday.
North America. No, sorry, not North America. The United States starts
Monday.
The week starts on Sunday.
Oh, do you mean like on the calendars and stuff?
Yes, the calendar day starts.
Even my calendar starts on a Sunday.
That's fucked up. I mean, that's...
I don't think our week starts on a Sunday, though. Definitely starts on Monday.
But why is it placed like that on the calendar?
I have no idea. That's a really good question.
That is weird. Anyways, that's not the point. Next week. So next week. So if you're watching this on demand, this week. I mean, if you're watching this on demand after 2 days after this podcast. Whatever. Next week, SoH. In quick news updates, the EU FanFest tickets are going on sale on Monday, and the early access emails have gone out. EU FanFest is in February.
Yeah, but you got to plan it right now.
Isn't it a bit soon? I mean,
a bit soon.
It's two weeks ago they started the sales for the North American one in November.
You know what? It wouldn't be too soon if it was kind of going to be well known that they'd be selling enough tickets that like you could buy them later. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if you had like if it just gave you like a 6-month window to buy tickets, that would be great. That'd be really awesome.
Yeah.
In case you, I don't know, fall upon a windfall of money and you're like, oh, I can go to FanFest now. I'll buy a ticket.
Yeah.
But it's all going to get bought out in like 3 hours or something, so it is way too early.
It is. Also, to complicate matters, I guess the North Americans have this issue as well. The emails, you might not get them if you aren't subscribed to their marketing emails, which you have to turn on manually if you've turned them off. Like I get emails for everything. Like I get patch updates and shit in my inbox. But for some reason, the FanFest tickets, you have to be on a special mailing list that I had turned off, I guess. At some point, you have to go to your Square Enix account, not your Mog Station account, your Square Enix account, and then go into mailing list and turn on a subscription for Final Fantasy XIV.
Here's the thing. I definitely never turned that off. And I didn't get the emails.
Right. I think it's off by default.
It's off by default.
Yeah.
What a pointless email they sent.
yeah, I don't know why that one.
God.
Yeah, it's fucked up. But the early access codes have been sent. So I think today was the last sort of wave they sent out because I think they realized that they'd fucked up. So they told people that you had to go and turn that on. And there was a post on Reddit. I turned mine on yesterday. I got mine today. So that's cool. Monday is the big day. So I have to make up my mind on this then. I don't want to go. But it's just like when it's so close, it feels like they're pushing you. Like, you're saying you don't want to go.
Right.
But in 3 days, you have no choice. It's just like, okay.
Well, what would you do if we all decided to go and then only you got a ticket? You'd not go, would you?
That would suck.
I mean, I'm not going.
Yeah.
No.
I'm not paying like $6,000 to go there.
It's very, like, how much is the ticket again? 125
like 125 euros.
Well, it's the flight, though.
Yeah, the flight is expensive. Hotel. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of money.
Yeah. In Paris, so it's very expensive.
Yeah. We'll see. See what happens with that. Okay. There's also a free login campaign active right now. So if you know someone who's not playing right now, you can bring them back for 4 days. And it will last until August 2nd, and that will give them 4 days of playtime, including the day on which users first log in.
You know what's always the problem with those?
What?
Like, I'll say that to my friends. Sometimes, like, friends who have played the game in the past, and they're still interested in it, but they just kind of, like, went and played other things. And I'll be like, hey, it's a free login campaign. You should do it. And they're like, yeah, I don't want to re-download the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
It's like I don't want to re-download the game for 2 days or whatever. and then
Yeah.
It's like, oh, well, I guess you got a good point actually.
Yeah. Also, I just want to point out with the FanFest thing, the main reason I don't want to go is because the podcast will get fucked too. Like, how are we gonna? It's like the biggest
Why not?
event to
Do it.
cover. Like yeah.
Right.
So, okay.
Live coverage.
Let's get into the main story today, which is Live Letter 45. Which was weirdly structured because they started the whole live letter by saying that they were pressed for time, like they had to get through. They had a lot of stuff to get through. We'll get to why they were so rushed.
There was like a 40-minute wait screen on the VOD. They can't have been that pushed for time.
It got weirder on the second part, I'll tell you that. God, sorry, my mic is too low. Let's do that live. That's good. Everyone loves that. Hello, audio listeners. So they showed us that Eureka Pagos is coming out on August 7th, and they showed a video with some gameplay footage of it. So I think we'll show that. Let's see if we can get that on stream. Let's see if I'm... Oof, that's not going to look good, is it?
The saddest thing, though, that I'm sure we can say it, they showed off the Black Mage weapon.
Yeah, we'll get to that too. But yeah, what do...
Like, when I first saw it, I was thinking, is that the gold saucer one? Because it has the little crown on it. I was like, that looks like a weird... What is the crown bit for? I don't know if I like that, but the rest of it looks cool.
I hope
Yeah,
I hope
it's
you
not
could dye the eye.
too lit
hell
up
yeah.
colour.
Oh, I'm gonna do Eye of Sauron for sure.
Of course. Hold on, will I...
I bet metallic gold, I bet metallic orange or whatever would probably make it look like Sauron's eye. Faux show.
And if it has like a glow, because sometimes the glow bit gets dyed like on some of the Heavensward ones.
Hell yeah.
So we'll hold on while we while I fix this. This overlay was made for 4 people,
Okay.
so Yas is very magnified. So hold on.
Classic.
Yes, you'll still be.
Classic me.
That's classic you. To be honest, let's see.
I'm always the guy who's just stretched out, you know.
Okay.
That sounded way more sexual and weird than I expected it to.
I was like, that's you went places there.
I meant like stretched thin, like overworked.
Yeah.
This.
So here we are. I'm not going to play the audio because it's just Yoshi P and Foxclone talking.
Right.
So here's our boy,
Big boy
Geralt. In what seems to be
back.
the starting camp. Not much to say about this.
It's very cold.
Very cold. And they showed this for some reason, which I'm assuming is maybe that's the lair to Isuzu.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's just a nice door.
Oh no, actually it shows the open world. Okay, it's probably out of the camp.
Oh, yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah. So it shows here that there's some green here too.
It's weirdly placed, I find.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Dodos.
There's those dodos.
There's also like a sleeping dragon here, which
that's cool.
implies that they are bringing back the aggro by sound,
Yeah.
which isn't
Right.
in Animos.
No, it's sight only there, which...
Yeah. Well, he does just run
Well,
past it there.
yeah, that
so-
also doesn't aggro him, so...
How the fuck do you aggro it then? Is it just a passive one where you have to initiate, maybe? I don't know.
Maybe it's...
Or just walk in front of its
friendly
face?
Well, they did say they were also trying to do, like, different stuff
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
the way mobs work, so maybe they have status effects or stuff like that now, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe waking it up, it gets mad.
Yeah.
Oh, that was...
Yeah, that's a gross
Cool.
marble thing.
I mean, it looks like the same sort of thing as Animos with, like, the groups of enemies.
Yeah.
It looks like Animos, but in Skyrim.
Yeah. I mean, I like the look of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Also, does this kind of imply that it wasn't always icy, almost like
Well,
Kurthus?
Val got just wrecked, didn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe this is the closest we'll ever see of...
This looks nice. I like this bit.
Yeah, this
Like
is
the
nice.
weird mushroom cave.
Yeah, with Ochus. Looks like very mountainous, very Curthin style world. There's someone flying. Do you see that? Like glowing thing on the left?
Yeah, on the left, yeah.
Is that somebody flying?
Looks like a shattered aetherite.
Oh, is that what it
Yeah,
wait,
it
hold
does.
on. Oh yeah, it does.
I don't really know what it is. Like a big
It's
elemental.
fixed. It looks like it's fixed in the sky though.
It looks like it's like floating above that tree. Is that a UFO?
Maybe it's a UFO.
It's the UFO from
Maybe.
8.
Poo poo.
Yeah. There's a thing.
That's going to be an NM, isn't it? Or is that?
Oh,
That might be
That's another
Suzu.
Yeah.
No,
Could be
I guess
Suzu.
he wasn't in a big circle though.
yeah. No, that's true.
Well, no,
But
they could have done a new arena for once.
I
Looks-
think
Yeah, sorry,
they
yeah, of course.
I
they
think they already showed it off and it was a giant circle.
yeah. I just
It's
noticed something
stylus.
gross about this one. It's got hands. It's got arms.
will. Oh yeah. Ugh.
That's disgusting.
It doesn't have arms. It just has hands. It's like
Yeah, just
little
little stumpy hands.
No. Like, wait. Oh god, does it only have? I thought it stretched out
yeah,
the arm.
it's just like little hands.
No, look, he does.
Oh,
he does have an
okay.
arm. Okay.
Okay.
Those things are cute.
Here are those cute little.
Yeah.
Like stacked of hay.
I love those guys.
Yeah.
Little corporate with hats.
Dude, what are those are the mean ones, the gremlins, aren't they? The small ones in the back on the log.
Oh yeah.
I think that's what they are.
Oh.
Wait, can we get a?
Or they
closer?
deep eyes.
No, wait.
I don't know.
They are.
Oh, those are bunnies.
Oh yeah. Wait.
Oh.
Those are the bunnies from 12.
Oh yeah, they are.
Happy bunnies or whatever they're called now.
Yeah. Oh look. Oh, better look at the fucking arms.
Oof.
Oh, God, yeah, that,
What a gross creation.
Why like perfectly like a perfect 5-finger hands?
Yeah.
That's that thing.
That's so weird. There it
That's
is
the
again.
very
There's the
thing.
crystal thing again. Yeah.
Oh yeah. What the fuck is that?
It must be some like maybe that's like
Well,
the
it,
new
it
elemental or
looks
something.
almost like it's above an altar or something. Like, do you see those
there's
three
gotta-
Yeah, there's some, there's
things?
Yeah.
some
It looks
animation
like
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's got to be some like zone-wide thing that you have to do.
Interesting.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, we can. We can barely see that little castle thing in the background there on the right.
So we're going
Oh.
away from it.
Yeah, we're going away from it. That's strange.
Yeah.
Looks farther, anyways.
I thought we would have been going in the other direction, like
Mm-hmm.
to the west.
It's also
East
called
of-
Pagos Expedition.
It was called
Animals
Animals
Expedition?
Expedition.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah. So they're gonna all be like,
Yeah, you're good.
I like that. It's all right.
I
Gotta see what it's like in
I
game.
definitely like that it's way more up and down. Like
Yeah.
it seems, but I'm also wondering how we're gonna act. Like if it's gonna be really annoying to traverse
Yeah, it
because
probably
of
will.
that,
Probably,
you know.
yeah. I don't know.
Like I
Yeah,
hope
it's
it's not like, hey, I have to go 10 feet up that hill, but that's a 5-minute walk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That would kind of suck.
Just
is
let's
that?
just rest our eyes on this for a bit.
Beautiful.
That's a minion.
She's a cutie.
That's a minion in a dress. That's a marble baby in a dress. That's...
I wonder what its name is. Like it's gonna have the
Morbelina.
best name.
Oh,
No, I mean
Morbelina.
it's gonna have some like amazing pun name.
Oh yeah, for
I
sure.
just don't know what it is yet.
Yeah.
More bell.
More bell could
Morbel.
work.
And this,
Stephanie.
which Yoshi P claimed is not a Lolafel, so that means that's a Tarutaru.
Oh,
looks like a
get
Well,
it
we got
out.
the,
Stop.
We got the Mithra in the last one, so
Yeah.
we'll get this one. We'll probably get one of each.
Yeah.
Are they just gonna
exactly.
are they just gonna over time confirm that every other race that was in 11 existed?
Yeah.
and then
Because that's what
they're
they did in
actually the
Mythic. They're
same
like,
thing.
well, it exists.
Yeah.
By the way, our lord is gone now. They're gonna
Yeah.
be like Elzins, from Elvons.
Yeah.
Mm.
Though here's the weapon for Black Mage.
I mean, it's
You're
super cool.
You're totally right, Mela. I love everything about the weapon except for the crown.
Yeah, I don't know what the crown's all
That's a
about, but I'll
that's
get
a
used to it.
crazy looking crown. It's got like
It
arrows
has Gauntlet
sticking out of
spikes in
it.
it,
Yeah,
almost.
spikes.
Well,
Yeah.
on the
It's like
top, it's like an M or an N or something, like a Nintendo.
Oh, I thought it was like an eagle.
Oh,
I
yeah,
thought it was
could
a
be an eagle as
W.
well. Yeah, so it's
A Wario.
Wario.
but it's pretty cool. I'd like to see how it looks with the glow.
Yeah, this is not the final step. This is This is just the initial step. So it'll get a glow, but apparently the glow doesn't look that good on screenshots. Looks very good in motion.
That must mean it's like super over the top and it's just blinding. So on screenshots you can't see anything.
Yeah.
It either means that or the glow's not intense, maybe.
That too. Nothing else was really shown off. They didn't really show off like any of the new mechanics they talked about. For that we're going to implement for Pagos. We don't know anything about that. We know something about the next step, which is absurd, like the next part of Eureka, which whatever, but we'll get to that. And then they talked about the companion app
for ages.
Well, longer than they should have. Let's just say that. There was a lot of repeating what they've said before. Kupo nuts, however, can be accumulated, and there is no expiration date on them. So that's good. That's good news. I expected them to have like a hard limit on how many Kupo nuts you could hold. There is none, and they will never expire.
Well, it doesn't say that there isn't a limit, right? It just says that you can accumulate them.
Yeah, you get one per day, right? So
yeah, I'm sure there's a limit of like 7 or 10 still.
Oh yeah, they did say it was a limit when they launched it, didn't they?
Yeah, there's definitely going to be a limit, dude. Imagine if you could just wait for a year and have 365.
I remember, that's why we hated. That's what we talked about. Okay, yeah, okay.
There's already definitely a hard limit. It's going to be like 3. Watch them be like, you can accumulate them, but only up till 2.
But one thing that they did confirm was that if you already have 8 retainers, like the max cap, the app will add 1 extra for a total of 9. So there was some confusion initially about this, but
do you have to pay for that 9th retainer still?
Oh, that he didn't specify that, but I would assume.
Okay, he didn't specify that. I assume you do still, right?
What you would assume not if you're having to pay for it, but
I can't remember this. This whole app is just a mess. I don't really care.
Yeah, they really need to clarify that, because I've heard a lot of people being like, "What does it give me?"
Yeah.
Why would I? Yeah, if it gives you a retainer, that's way more tempting.
Because last time he said that it gave you the option to add another retainer, right? No, he didn't. So this has all been a mess from the start.
It has been a mess.
No,
and it will continue to be a mess.
Yeah, whatever. Who cares about the app anyway? 4.4.
Oof, yeah.
Oh baby. Oh baby.
Best patch so far, perhaps.
Yeah, and it started off real strong with the fucking artwork. Which I
Look
mean,
at all them boys together.
It's Garlean themed.
I would say
a lot of stuff happening here. First of all, the old emperor is what?
To be fair, there's one non-Garlean in there.
That's true.
Just one.
There's one.
Everyone in that entire artwork is Garlean. It's awesome.
Yeah. This artwork is this is beautiful.
It might be some of the best patch artwork, right?
I think,
in my opinion.
Like, it's some of my favorite patch artwork.
Absolutely. And also have to point out that there's the old emperor's in there.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Which is cool.
Right, yeah.
I do think I know why. We'll get to that later when we get to it. We'll get to it. But the other stuff. So we're definitely going to see a lot of Garlemald in this patch. We were afraid we were going to go back to Al Amigo and just stay there. There's nothing Alamigan here. There's not even a rebel flag.
Nope. There's only the Guardian flag. There's the Guardian hierarchy. There's Bay, Xenos himself. In armor as well. He's not in his little robes anymore. There's that dude.
There's Gaius.
Gaius.
Maximus.
And Maximus.
They signed it. They're proud of it.
I like that Gaius is holding Alfino's
protectively
shoulder.
Almost.
Yeah.
So
there's so much.
Are you guys worried though that we're not going to get a good resolution in Al Amigo? Like, do you feel like we're jumping into Garlean stuff too fast?
Well, I've always assumed. I think we probably all assume that we're going in from that side anyway.
Yeah.
Right, and we probably
We might not, but
Well, we might not. I don't know. It's hard to say at this point.
I think we're
I
going.
always assumed.
I think we might be going. We're definitely going to start in Alamigo because that's where the Warrior of Light is right now, right? He's going
Okay.
back.
Here's my main problem, though, is because remember when they were like, "Oh, we were just gonna make the patch about the whole expansion about Alamigo, but we figured it wasn't enough, so we added in the East."
Yeah.
So we got that. That's fine.
Mhm.
And then 3 patches are about Doma, and Alamigo's never talked. So the original point of the entire expansion is now like I feel like we have not spent almost any time there since the beginning of Stormblood.
Nope.
It's all been.
It definitely could have been the whole expansion.
Sure, yeah, absolutely, it could have.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that's a little bit weird.
It is weird, yeah.
I would like. You guys do have a point though, because obviously people are heading up from the east. That we do still go from the west, and that's where we deal with Alamigo real quick. And then I just feel like I said this to you guys. It's like, how am I supposed? I personally cannot care about Alamigo when Garlemald is right in front of me. Like,
yeah,
I've been waiting for Garlemald for like almost 10 years at this point.
Yeah,
and it's like I don't give a shit about Alamigo anymore. If that's the case.
Yeah, I don't know where they're going with Alamigo now. Yeah, because it feels like there's nothing like. We're moving so quickly now towards this that going back to Alamigo will feel like walking backwards. Like, why are we here again?
Yeah.
We should have completed this long ago. There's still stuff to resolve in Alamigo, but it might not have to take place in Alamigo because Alamigo's
that is true. Yeah,
I mean Alamigo is free,
right? And the Raubon stuff has been settled. That's all been figured out.
Yeah.
I mean,
you
you know what? Maybe you're right. Maybe there isn't really enough left there. I mean, maybe it just was really quick because
there's really just only Fordola, right? That we have to.
Pretty much.
Yeah, and she can get her vengeance in Garlemald. Yeah,
exactly. Could easily come along with us. That would make perfect sense.
Yeah. But that opens another door, though. How close are we getting to Garlemald in this patch? Like, where are things going to play out?
Right. I personally don't think very far.
No. I mean, we're not going to Garlemald in this patch, even though the patch art is like Garlemald, but it's obviously not where we're going. But it's gonna be. We're gonna see a lot of it, I think.
I think 1, 2, 3. I think 5 out of 6 of those characters are going to play out purely in. Meanwhile, in Garlemald.
Yeah. For sure.
And the only one we might actually speak to is Alpha now.
I hope there's where Alphinaud is. I would assume Gaius would be too. Right?
And Maximus is.
And Maximus.
Perhaps.
Or whatever.
Perhaps they'll be meanwhile in Garlemald. But perhaps none of them will speak to you this patch.
That's true, because that's our first. Okay, so we should probably save this till we get to the burn.
Yeah.
So one, it's called. Wait, I need to switch. Hold on.
Prelude and.
Oh wait. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Again, they've
Prelude. Prelude in Violet.
Not really done it for me with the art, with the words again, but you know.
Oh, you wanted it to be like a logo.
I like the old MMO logo sort of stuff. I just love that.
Yeah.
Like they did with the Realm Reborn ones.
Yeah.
When they do it, they write it like death metal font.
Yeah.
That's great.
And we initially talked about the Violet thing perhaps being a reference to Alamigo, but that doesn't seem to be the case now because there's nothing about Alamigo in this art. So could the Violet refer to Ascians? Because Ascians, the void is usually associated with purple or violet.
Well, here's another thought, and this one has made the most sense to me that people brought up, is that the Eorze is always referred to as Azure, then Crimson on what's in between, right?
Right.
Would be Violet.
Okay.
Which makes some sense.
Well, we'll see.
The whole expansion did have that red versus blue.
Right, exactly.
That's true.
Right from the beginning.
That's true. Some bad news, though. It won't come out until mid-September.
When did 4.3 come out again? It was May?
May. This is going to
It's
be
about
the
4
longest
months.
wait
That's quite a long
for
one, yeah.
a patch that we've had since 3.1.
Mhm.
And that's
which kind of solved the Eureka problem, because we're like, how is Eureka supposed to come out? It's gonna come out like 2 days
Yeah,
before. And
yeah.
like, no,
Yeah.
actually,
Yeah.
we didn't
Actually,
delay
it's-
Eureka.
we delayed the
I
actual
don't know.
patch.
It's all right, I guess. I'm not too upset about it personally, but
I don't know how I feel about. Is this the new patch cycle? Like
God,
they're
I
gonna
hope
not.
stretch the patches out so thin that we have, like, they can squeeze in another month of wait for
So
the
you
patch.
mean instead of like going to 0.7, they'll just have an extra month between them?
Maybe.
Is that like that? Or
I mean,
no, I don't like that.
I don't like
Well,
that
I-
either.
I feel like if they're trying to save work, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You don't save work by doing 3 extra patches, obviously. So
Hmm.
You get less content though. I mean, and you feel the drought. Like
Yeah.
we've talked about how with this.
This patch in particular has been pretty bad.
yeah, I've been this patch.
Brutal.
I've played the least
Yeah.
of the game
Same.
in a long time.
I only
during this
really
patch.
liked the story.
Yeah.
I've been basically logging into raid.
The 0.3 patches have now historically always been pretty lame in 14.
Yeah.
Agreed. Yes, you're right.
So maybe that's just
But the
thing.
0.4s have always been the best in the expansion.
Well, yeah.
Ozma.
I
Yeah.
agree actually,
Yeah.
because
Weeping
0.5
Sissy.
patches tend to just be like a lump of story, and then the rest
Yeah.
of the patch kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, Maila's totally
So-
right actually.
Yeah.
This could be a really good. I mean, from what we've seen, it's going to be an amazing patch.
This patch is gonna
Mhm.
do some stuff. Okay, so let's see. So we're getting new MSQ, of course, relating to
Mhm.
what we just saw, the artwork. Again, the Emperor kind of throws me off because he's dead.
I mean, the old one, yeah.
But yeah, we'll get to that. And new side story of the Four Lords. We're getting Susaku.
It was something like that. It was a
Susaku. Yeah, that's
pending name, though, wasn't it? It
that's
was
a new
pending.
trial. Susaku is one of the Four Lords, so makes sense. More Hildebrand as well. Probably not with the vanilla patch, but
By the way, Maila, the name is tentative, as in like that's not what the fight's gonna be called.
Yeah,
oh
exactly.
yeah.
They don't mean like Suzaku's tentative.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it might have some cool name.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
They'll continue the Doman reconstruction story. This is going to be the last part of it, but there's more to be rebuilt, apparently. We know there is, because if you look around, there's still ruins around. So, then they show us instance dungeons, and the first one is
Tentative.
the burn. Now here's where, initially I was like, they fucking turned the whole, it's Selpethol all over again.
It's Selpethol
And
over
Alamigo
again.
all over again.
Mhm.
Although
But
Alamigo is a
in-
bigger betrayal, let's be real. But still, they're turning a zone into a dungeon.
It's not cool. Square Enix. It's not cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty upset about it.
Because even since before the expansion was out, I was like, the burn, what's that? You know, what's that giant cool worm? And this place looks cool. Hope we get to
Yeah.
go there. And
yeah,
we don't. And then the last patch, when we actually got to go, I was like, wow,
yeah,
I'd like to explore this zone.
yeah. It's not so much that it's an empty zone. It's just then there's a couple of things I need to point out. The name is tentative.
Yeah.
Which means it could just be it might not be called The Burn. It might just be called, the whatever the quest is, which is my
Yeah.
second point. The idea behind the burn is highly related to Solus, the first Garlean emperor who saw the land being burned by the intense fighting between the primals. To find out why the land is bare, play the MSQ to find out. Is this an echo dungeon?
Ooh, now that could be pretty cool. Because we were talking about it earlier.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Going to the burn.
Because the first thing we thought
stage.
about was going to rescue Alfino.
Exactly.
And that pissed us all off, I
Yes.
think, right?
Yeah.
I think that pissed every single one of us
Yeah.
off.
Yes. But that would be too quick. Like even for even for this game, that's too quick of a resolved storyline. And especially looking at the patch art, where they even bring the old emperor back. There's a picture of Gaius holding Alfino's shoulder, which means I feel like Alfino and Gaius are going to be
Yeah, I feel like he's the one who's supposed. Yeah, like they're together.
They're
dealing with
together,
shit.
and
Yeah,
we're
like,
probably
we don't
not
need
going to
to show
interact
up.
with them. Yeah,
Like, why would we need to save Gaius' ass? He's been killing Asians left and right. Like,
he
he doesn't need our help.
Asians.
Yeah, he doesn't need our help.
Yeah,
He's level 90, dude.
yeah.
But to counter your idea, though, it's shown in the trailer as already being the
But-
White Desert.
I know, but
Well, yeah, I was thinking about that too.
if it's an echo, we might be seeing stuff like fragmented. We might see like portions.
I don't know.
That could be very interesting.
It could
That
also
seems
be
interesting.
It
It's a
could be
great
the
idea.
aftermath. Could be the aftermath. Like it's bringing up the Emperor, who is dead, by the way.
Yeah.
Why is he in the patch art? Why is he being mentioned with this dungeon? There's something's not right.
Yeah, something
So-
has to happen.
So do you think? So how would they explain us? Just like why would we be fighting in the Echo flashbacks though?
I don't know.
Right? Like because Mail had also said something that was a really cool idea until we thought about it a little more.
Mhm.
But Mail, you had said like
Until we thought about
do
it.
the whole thing as an RP dungeon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you all play as like Alphino and Gaius and stuff.
yeah.
Which is a fascinating idea, but I mean, who wants to do a dungeon with 3 skills or have to learn
Yeah.
a whole job for
Yeah.
one dungeon? It's like pretty
Yeah.
unrealistic, obviously.
Yeah.
How super cool it looks.
So here's the only picture they released of the
It
dungeon.
looks like it looks like White Mages after Stormblood was released.
Yeah.
Just salt, as far as the eye can see.
Just
Yeah.
dried, salty tears.
Just notice that there's this nice little effect in the background, like in the back in the left. You can see like the sand, like gently
a hill.
blowing in
Yeah,
the
like a-
breeze.
And see, everybody says it's empty. There's clearly some crazy something in the background.
There's
And
a
there's this
building.
massive,
And there's
like dragon spine looking thing.
Right, and there's a building, so you could like go underground, and explore these buildings. There'd be so much cool stuff in the burn.
Yeah, it's a really fascinating area.
Imagine
Yeah.
the cool caves you could do with
Yeah.
like old buried glassed ruins.
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
Sounds so cool.
I think this is a worm carcass, by the way. Yes, Chad is pointing out because there is a giant
that makes
worm on the
sense.
map.
That
It's
makes
either
sense.
you know what it also could be. It might not even be a carcass. It might. I think it was Rolo said this, where he was like,
He's
it could just be, like,
obsessed with this worm, by the way.
He loves
it
worms.
might have like molted. It could just be like its
Oh
skin.
yeah, its skin.
Oh yeah, the
that's
skin.
disgusting.
Yeah, that's true.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like a cool place. We'll probably, if anything, we'll learn about, as it says, why is the land bare. You'll play the MSQ to find out. It's linked to the MSQ, by the way, this dungeon.
Yeah.
Is that the airship in the background?
Is
that
that
what
the
the
like prongs
spikes are?
sticking out? Mm.
Yeah, the prong thing sticking out. Is that the airship? The crashed airship in the background?
Oh,
If
it
it
might
is, that
be.
would.
What
would
is
mean
that?
it's
Or is
present
it-
day.
Did it have those? Did it have that?
I don't know.
I
airship?
don't remember what it looked like.
No, I don't know what it looked like.
No, I have no
And
idea.
what is the little like hut? What is the point of that hut? Why is there a
Well,
hut? there?
There was
it's a buried
something there
building.
at some point.
It looks like an Alamegan style like stone building that's been buried.
Yeah, would this
But there's
technically
only
fall
one.
under?
No, it
looks-
looks like Dalmasca actually.
Yeah,
Like
that's
it.
what I was about to say. Is this would technically be Dalmascan at the because Dalmasca is south of this,
At the south of it. Yeah, the south would
and
been considered
Dalmasca is a desert. So at some point, maybe this could have been Dalmascan at some point, probably.
Very weird.
Yeah, we'll find out. I hope I'm right that it's not what we fear. That it's
I agree.
that it's just a rescue
Yeah, I hope
mission.
you're
Should we
right.
say why we have problems with that? Should we talk about that at all?
Yeah,
or-
let's talk about the
Because it's
burn.
stupid.
Yeah, okay.
But this is the Alphino Gaius little RP relationship thing is very. There's a lot of potential there,
Yes.
Mhm.
both for him to grow
Alphino-
as a character because he's a
Yeah.
little weed,
Yeah.
Exactly.
and just to get him out of the picture and have something cool going on without us always being there. Because
Yeah.
to be honest, I'm getting a bit sick of my character. Like being the Warrior of Light, you just stand there doing nothing all the time.
You nod.
Yeah, you nod and tap yourself. Ugh. Yeah.
Yeah.
So to get for him to crash and you to immediately go right, well, hello, all right, Alpha, we're on our way.
Yeah.
is dumb. It's pretty-
Especially because, as we talked about, I don't think they really made it very far.
No, they got like just into it.
And went over a whole lot. Yeah, there was like, how do they contact? How are we the first people that show up?
Yeah.
Especially too, like, why has nobody beat us there? Because people are like the link shells. Like, how do they even say that they crashed? I'm so confused.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, like, Gaius has been, again, we said it. Gaius has been killing Asians for a while.
Since
Since
went down, I guess.
why does he need? He doesn't need rescuing. Like, there's so much, and like there's also like how would they know exactly where they went down? We know that they have like link pearls and stuff for, you know, air traffic. They're somewhat, you know, civilized when it comes to air traffic and stuff, so they know where ships are. I don't know if they know exactly where they are, and especially a Garlean ship. How would they intercept?
Right, so you'd think a Garlean ship would have contact with Garlemald,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
But they probably don't, because Garlemald's the one who shot them down.
Yeah.
So who's coming to, like, I don't know. It's so... I don't know, man.
If they do that, I'll be upset. Because they have already set up this... But this is not the first time they've fucked up this. So, like, they set up this great premise, and then they chicken out on it, like in the next patch.
Thancred.
I feel like to a degree they're scared to have a story that we're not directly involved in.
Yeah.
They shouldn't.
It does seem like I agree they shouldn't be. They should. I totally agree.
I agree to an extent. Rollo, go away.
Fan credits the worm.
Biggest plot twist.
That is a big one.
Turns out, like
it's like a massive long worm, but with his head, just perfectly human.
I forgot what I was saying. Oh my
plot
god.
points we're not involved in.
Oh yeah, I understand it to a certain degree, because that's like one of 14 strong points. Like, you are directly involved in everything that's happening, which is, you know, some people for an RPG that's a big deal. But
I think that's why I hate it as well, the War of Light at the moment, because you are involved in too much.
Yeah, exactly.
And every enemy has a really cool plan. You're just like, hi there, I'll stop you.
It's okay that if they split it off, the Warrior of Light is still going to be involved, because Alphino is still your friend. Like, he already knows who you are, and at some point you are probably going to try to find him. But you don't have to do it like immediately after it happens and immediately find him. Like, it's a little bit so I don't know. We'll see. I just hope that we're right for once, that it might be something else. But who knows? The next hard mode dungeon probably made you happy, Mal, because you wanted this one.
It shocked me.
Yeah.
A lot, yeah. Super happy.
How do you pronounce her name? Or his name? Mosian? Saint Mosian's Arboretum. Hard.
Cool.
I love this. I love that dungeon so much.
Yeah, that's a very good dungeon, and one that I haven't done. I haven't really done it too much either. I don't feel like I've ever got burned out on that one.
Yeah.
So that would be cool. I like the aesthetics of that dungeon. So I'm excited to see how they do
the
that.
honey bit.
Oh yeah, I bet
shoot.
I bet we go left instead of right this time.
Ooh.
So we're probably gonna be I think it's gonna be a totally new dungeon.
Oh, yeah. So cool.
Okay, and then the next part of the Omega raid, Omega Alphascape.
Yeah. I wish they gave us something.
It's a bit of a weird name, isn't it?
It is.
It is. I think everybody
Alpha.
I thought everyone was expecting Omegascape.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like the final.
They said
the
during the
ending.
live letter that it would sound weird to call it Omega. Omegascape? Or Omegascape or whatever.
But Omega literally is like the end.
Yeah.
But we are Alpha as well. We are Team Alpha.
We are Team Alpha.
We are Team
Alpha.
Alpha.
And a lot of people are like, well, who are we fighting then?
See, but the thing is we went down last tier.
Oh yeah.
Like we went. It was. If we had kept going up, it would make sense. But we went down, then to go up to the top.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
It is also the conclusion, so it is the end of the raid.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah. One question he asked was, will Omega be summoned to deal with the Warrior of Light?
So he just hard confirmed that, basically.
Well, he said it twice, because he then
You're
followed
right.
up with, will Omega join the fray?
he doesn't ask that question if it's not. Yeah,
and
it's
especially
obvious.
not twice. So
Right. So get ready to fight Omega, guys.
Omega is gonna, of course. I think people would be very disappointed if
stupid.
Omega wasn't
Yeah.
a boss.
It'd be
Um,
pretty crazy, wouldn't it?
yeah, it's like not
I
putting
need-
Bahamut at the end of Coil,
Right.
or Alexander
Yeah.
at the end of
Or Alex
Alexander.
at the end of Alex.
Yeah,
I need like a breadcrumb though of what
they didn't give
else
us
is going to be
a
in there.
single hint. Not
So
even
here's the thing.
a word.
I don't think that I'm thinking this is going to be not FF7 now.
It's
Because
definitely going to be 7, but it's going to be
Well,
like that
here's the thing.
motorbike monster and then the demon house.
Here's
and
the
like all the
thing.
really weird ones.
it can only be 3 tiers dedicated to that game now. Or 3 floors.
Yeah,
It would
Whereas
have to
every
be-
other game gets 4. Why would they give Final Fantasy 5 4 floors and 7 3?
That's true.
That doesn't make any sense. Nobody likes 5.
What other games was Omega in?
that's true. You're gonna trigger so many people now.
I do it on purpose.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll. That's interesting because you're right.
It could be 5 tiers.
They could.
5
It's not gonna
wings.
be 5 tiers.
I
Why
would
not?
be-
That's
I mean,
that's different. That's different.
they could
Yeah.
be
No 5
crazy,
tiers.
but I don't think
It's
they'll be
not-
that
I
crazy.
promise-
Yes, we've been praying to every god there is for them to break the mold for about 5 years.
It's not. I know, but it's not happening.
Now is
I'm
the
not gonna
time.
raise
Rise
anyone's
up,
expectations.
people.
Okay,
Not
okay.
happening.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll just see. We have nothing to go off, so you know.
No, it could be anything.
Yeah.
It will
Okay.
be Final Fantasy related.
Bombshell incoming. They're making adjustments to roll actions.
Mm.
They're increasing the slots up to 10 now, which basically means you have access to pretty much everything, right? But
Mhm.
the thing is, he did say up to, and he was a little bit reluctant to like confirm 10. But it does sound like that's the case. What does that mean for roll
Well, it
actions in
means-
the future?
First of all, it means classes have even less of a purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Classes are dead.
I mean, it means nothing for me because the ones I don't use are things like drain.
Yeah.
Right.
So
For me, it means I don't have to swap like convalescence for awareness and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I guess it also means I can bring anticipation. I guess.
Yeah.
So it's yeah.
This sounds like we are going to see another like revamp of the battle system in 5.0.
You know what it should be? It should just be like, all right, we give up on the
Yeah.
cross roll thing.
That's like the
Because
last remnant of 1.0 in like the functional system of 14.
And they keep trying to make it work. And
yeah, and it doesn't work.
So they should honestly just remove them.
I think the reason they like have been hanging on to this for so long is because it was one of those things that people praised initially when A Realm Reborn came out. They were like, "Oh, you can
Mhm.
share your skill with other
So
classes."
cool. You're
It
rewarded
was
for
a good
leveling
idea.
everything up.
yeah, it was
yeah.
a cool idea.
I mean, I
But it
remember
was sort of
I
forced.
remember when I first heard about A Realm Reborn, I was like, oh my god, I want to play like a black mage,
Mm-hmm.
like heavily cross-classed with white mage, so I can be like a red mage.
Yeah.
Build my own red mage.
And one could,
Not knowing that's not how it works.
You-
Obviously not how it
you
works.
could probably assume that was the initial idea. I think, like when it was born, like in concept, they were like, we can make hybrid class, like people can make their own hybrid classes and shit.
God, that would have
Yeah.
been cool.
But 14
instead,
just
if you wanted to be a
doesn't
black
work that
mage,
way.
You had to level Bard.
Yeah,
some
and since then they've sort of abandoned the whole idea of hybrid classes. Like last time Yoshi P talked about a hybrid class was all the way back in A Realm Reborn, and even then he was like, might never happen, you know.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think it signals the end of the roll actions. They'll have to do something else. Maybe just give White Mage all their skills back. We can start there. Just bring them back.
Well, if they're all unlimited cross classes, then you basically got your skills back.
That's true. But
Right,
if they're
so you're not
removing
losing-
roll
you're-
actions, they could just give. I don't know how they're gonna. What's gonna happen after this? Like if they're removing roll actions.
I think it'll just end up being like, here's your role skills. These are the skills that every job in that role has access to. I think that's simply it. It's just not, you don't choose anymore. It's just, here are the skills.
Yeah.
and then they just point you to it and say, this is where you get provoke and shirk and cooldowns, you know,
Yeah.
like I think it's just going to be that simple. Like, it's just going to be, here's your roll skills.
Yeah, probably right. Yeah, this is done because of the feedback given by people, and I'm assuming
Healers.
a lot of that is from healers.
All healers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
I've never had an issue.
yeah, but
Well, so yeah, poor melees have to choose between goad or arm's length. Like, fuck off.
yeah, I don't know why they were so mean to the healers. Like, why would we have to like choose between Asuna or Protect? Like, why was that like a thing in their head?
Yeah.
Like, that's a good idea.
Right, because you have 2 healers in the group.
Yeah, but
so-
not when you're doing other content. So you're like, oh fuck, I forgot to bring Protect in this expert run, and now we're
it's-
doomed.
Like, my static healers have to like argue about who's going to be a protect bitch because they're going to lose out on, you know, cleric or anything else that would be do something better, but somebody needs protect.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
But doesn't that make party compositions more fun?
Myla,
no,
once
it doesn't.
Myla,
It absolutely doesn't. Mila.
I once did a Totorak dungeon without Asuna on my bar.
Why?
Can you imagine? Because I can't
God,
remember.
you're
It was
awful,
early
yeah.
back in the roll action days where
you
I had
could've
to like
just-
choose. Can you switch?
Yeah.
Yeah,
In the
why not
dungeon?
just do?
I have a-
Yeah,
do you
but you
have
have to have the full cooldown.
Oh no! You know why I couldn't do it? Because we kept pulling. So when you're in battle, you can't do it.
Well, that's your tank's fault. Was it
choose
Yaz?
what-
It was Yaz.
Eva- It wasn't me.
Um,
Make a macro. Well,
You
don't
can-
now, I guess.
yeah, I'm not. This isn't 11. This isn't 11. Yes,
I
don't wanna
have them.
build-
They're amazing.
I'm not
I
making
cast protect
macros.
Once I go protect and then click the protect off button. It swaps it for cleric stance.
Oof, that's
This
beautiful.
sounds like 11 to me. Too much 11 in
Ah.
this game. Get rid of it. Get rid of macros.
Get rid of it.
Get rid of
Macros.
macros. Okay, so then, just following that announcement, they talked about the 3rd installment of Eureka, and we
Yep.
don't even have the 2nd one.
But we know its name.
we know we
No,
see,
we don't.
See, this is the thing. So he said, first of all, he didn't say the name. He didn't say the name. He said,
He just
we're
said
getting the
system.
Logos system, which apparently isn't necessarily the name of the place.
logos.
We're getting logos.
Yeah,
We're
you
getting
can
the
choose your own
logos
logo.
system. Yeah, you can make logos now. Logo
Finally.
system will be added, and so performing certain actions will trigger the system. So it's different depending on which roles you play, and there will be actions that can allow, for example, a DPS to build threat and be a tank.
Oh my god, it's talent trees. It's specs. We're getting specs in Eureka.
Kind of
Oh.
sounds like it, like a similar, like a. Well, we're far away from what you want, Mala, but it's
Yeah, I know.
it's the 14 half-assed version of it. It sounds like.
It's the only
I'm
system
so
they can actually add it in.
I'm so excited. Dude.
Yeah.
I can't wait. You have a tank in your party, and then you're gonna get like some red mage or something. Who's like, I want a tank. You're gonna get one shot. Like if things hit nearly as hard as they do, it like have you like wraiths? Imagine trying to tank a wraith as a
Oh,
DPS.
yeah.
You
Yeah, yeah.
get fucking
But the system
Exploded.
implies that it would work though.
Yeah, it does imply.
Well,
that.
it
I
works
would
like
assume
you'll
it
be
would
able to
raise your
aggro.
defense. I would assume so.
Well,
It must do something.
Why
Otherwise,
would you?
what's the
Why
point?
would you be able to hold threat as a tank and not have the defense?
Exactly.
well, because it doesn't say it makes you tanky. It just says you'll build.
Yeah, well,
it
it
doesn't-
doesn't
I guess
point
it
It
literally
says
does
it
say
says
be
be
a
a
tank.
tank. Yeah. So
I think it's just keep it off your healer, so your healer doesn't die.
no. I think it's
It's
going to
not
give
gonna
you. I think it's going to give. It's got so it can help you solo.
And maybe like a healer can
See.
start doing much higher damage or something, or
Yeah, I
No.
think it's that. It's probably going to make it easier to
Maybe.
solo the content.
do better weaving or something like that.
I'm definitely holding my expectations as low as possible for this.
Well, we
though.
don't have to think about this one because this one's not going to be out
It's
until
true,
the
it is-
same
this is
time
like-
This
like
isn't
next
until
year.
Christmas.
Yeah, this is still 7 years from now.
Yeah.
point.
Another really weird update is the Lost Canals of Usnair will be updated, and it won't be updated the way you think because they're adding new dungeons to it. So when you start up in the canals, you now have two choices. You either go to the old canals or you can go into the new content. Don't know
That's
why I would
really
want to go to the
Pretty
old
cool, isn't
content after this, but whatever. You have the
Drops.
choice.
They might have separate drops like
They might
Root
have.
tables for each.
Well, they probably
Actually-
must have.
to be honest, I bet you if you go in first week and you go into the old one, you'll probably make more money than the people going into the new one.
Probably, yeah.
True.
Because they will drop the prices down and you'll be
shouldn't
doing
have
old
said
stuff.
that. Shouldn't have said that.
I shouldn't have said. You're
God
right. I
damn
just gave you
Tips from speakers.
I'll edit this out of the YouTube version. Don't worry.
Good. Do it.
Crafters and gatherers are getting new recipes and new fishing holes, whatever. But then,
Nice.
new Grand Company rank.
Yeah, this was a
Captain.
surprise.
Oh,
Yes, it is highly tied to squadrons, of course. But it'll
fine.
probably unlock some new items, from the material provider or whatever.
Glam.
dude, new gear. I hope it has a new
I
set.
want a new uniform, please.
But don't like half-ass it. Don't just give us a coat and a helmet, a full outfit.
Yeah, the full one. There's
like rich captain clothes.
oh hell
dude.
yeah.
Yeah, I want mine to be made out of gill, just a gill suit.
Yeah.
Oh, that
Gold
It's like
everything.
chainmail. It's like chainmail, but just made
Yeah,
out
but
of
it's all
gill.
gill. Yeah. Oh.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes. Yeah, squadrons will also be updated. They mentioned making it more accessible or easier for newer players to get into the content or get into like adventure squadrons. The entry
Squadrons
level.
take too long to level.
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah.
Did they mention whether they're adding new dungeons for it yet?
No.
Because they added some
No
recently.
mention of that.
No.
I think they just do it every patch, right?
Yeah,
Just do it when they want.
they do.
So far,
yeah,
they've been adding
whenever.
them every patch.
Yeah.
I haven't read
We'll
them
probably
either.
know more when maybe in part 2. Maybe in part 2. Who knows?
Well, they didn't talk about it last time, did they? Didn't they just like drop it on patch day? They're like, oh, also we added copy lines.
They
I
maybe they did. Yeah.
I think they just
remember.
added it. Yeah.
And housing, there's good news for people here. This is a very confusing but
Again,
complex system
big.
that I'm confused. Mannequin is finally added. Sweet, everyone wanted that, but they didn't
Huge.
just add that. They made it so we'll see more of it like in action in the part 2 of this live letter. You can equip gear to mannequins and then put it up for sale.
So you can like sell a full set.
That's what I'm assuming is happening.
That's pretty cool.
It's either that or it just brings up like an interface and you like click on the helmet and then
I don't
you know what I mean?
Like
Yeah.
you put it in your garden and
Like-
you can buy like the helmet
yeah.
from it.
Yes, that
Yeah,
makes
it's
sense.
like
But
an-
it's also linked to the market board.
Mhm.
So you can compile
Mannequin,
all the
yes,
glamours you want to buy from head to leg. Oh, no. Okay, now I get this part I understand now when I read it for the third time. You can build your outfit and then buy it like when you're done, when you found the like
Well, that doesn't make any sense unless they give you access to every piece of gear to put on the mannequin.
That's weird then.
That wouldn't make any sense, right? You'd need to own the gear to put it
yeah,
on
let
the
me
mannequin.
I'll just read the whole thing.
Mhm.
Place you can compile all the glamours you want to buy from head to legs, place on mannequin immediately and purchase it.
Wow.
I don't understand it. So
That
I
doesn't
don't know
make
if I
any
like it
sense.
anymore.
Well, that doesn't.
I've already gone off it.
It makes it sound like you can just put any glamour you want on it.
But it makes like it
No,
makes it sound
I-
like it's there just to buy things rather than to like show off your
no.
gear.
I think
No,
no,
it still
it says
functions as that,
sell.
I think.
It has two
Yeah,
functions,
it's-
a buy and sell function.
Okay.
So I think you can take okay, so here's what I think it's gonna do. You have an empty mannequin.
Hmm.
You go into the interface and you go buy. You click on the
Yeah.
buy thing. Now you get the market board list. You click on
Right.
gear, the gear appears on the mannequin, and now you can build an
okay.
outfit. And then when you're done, you
Sure.
can buy and you get the gear.
That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fair enough.
But then at that point, why do you need the mannequin?
I
You
hope it
just
gets
try on.
mounted on the
Yeah, I just
mannequin
use the
too.
fit-
So
I would just use the try on, so let's see what it looks like on my character.
Yeah.
instead.
yeah, that's true. But now you can walk around
But-
it. I guess you keep it on the mannequin as well. So the mannequin
Yeah.
will wear the clothes. So you can, whatever you want. I don't know. Who cares? You get the
Interesting.
mannequin. You can probably use it for the basic function anyway.
I'm
so.
sure you can, exactly. I'm sure the mannequin still works as a mannequin,
Yeah.
regardless.
Gold saucer updates. We're getting a new gate, everyone. And it is it's not the only one we're going to get apparently, according to what they said. It's a platform puzzle
Yes.
where you're so do I have that here, that screenshot? Yes, I do. Oh, wrong again. There we go. Wait, did I switch? No, I didn't. Did I just switch back to the
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moroni? There we go.
Oh.
No. Nope.
Yeah.
That. There we go. So here we are. No, we're not.
No,
I was like, what do you mean? Here we are. There we
There we
are.
go.
There we
There we
are. There's the
So here we are.
just chilling out. Here's the. Oh, okay. That's a treat to our audio listeners.
I mean, this looks horrible. But cool as well.
This is
So,
what the fuck have they done to this this ancient relic?
yeah.
They've ruined it for the pleasure of the gold saucer.
Now, do you think this is just going to look like this forever now? Or do you
Yeah,
think
yeah.
that this is only when you load into the game?
Yeah,
it looks
they've
like
ruined
this?
it for life.
They
Also,
probably
how do we
have.
get
Now,
here?
listen, I thought that this, and I think most of you already think that this is the place with near Highbridge, like the Sildine. Isn't this like looks like a Sildine?
Yes,
It looks like the thing in the cliff, but it's
yes,
not.
it is
Yeah.
not. This is close to
It's
the
not
gold
bad.
saucer, apparently.
Oh,
So
okay,
it's
so
not something you can
that's just a new thing.
see. I think normal.
I think you can see it.
I don't know. I don't know. It
Well,
doesn't.
I would assume so because they speak of it as a landmark and they say more landmarks will be
They
added.
did
so
say
it does
that.
seem like this
But-
is in.
But here's the thing that makes me wary. It says it will allow up to 120 players
Wow.
Do you think that means per instance though, or do you think that means
per instance. What does that even mean? Oh, so okay.
Well,
so
because this isn't going to be a thing that's just out there and you just walk to
You
it.
got to be in the gold saucer to.
yeah, I know. I understand that,
I'm
but
sure,
which means
I'm
that
sure
this
it's a guy
doesn't
who's like,
necessarily.
"Oh,
Yeah, I
It's
understand
probably
that.
a
I
guy-
understand
right.
the concept, but that means that
No,
this
oh,
doesn't necessarily have to be visible in the overworld. Is what I'm saying.
That's-
That's what my question before was
Oh, yeah.
whether you think this is permanent in that regard, that you'll always see it like this.
I mean,
or
they
only if you
should.
go in through the event.
I mean, they should because they did this. So
Now-
Mm.
Yeah, but it's pretty unlikely. This game of all games, you think you would be able to see people doing the jumping puzzle? when
oh,
they're doing-
absolutely not.
Zero
Nah,
chance that's
definitely
happening.
No, but
So then why even have it look ugly? if
That's
you can't
true.
see people jumping on it, right?
That's true. That's true. It's yeah, it's that's the thing. It's good.
I mean, cool.
We've talked about wanting them to add more gates. So this is the beginning. They're planning to
I'm
do
all
this
about
with
this.
more landmarks, as we said earlier.
Mhm.
So
I'm
I'd
actually
like
all
it if
about this.
they replaced like the vase one and the lookalike one and just got rid of them entirely.
oh yeah, the I
'Cause
hate-
they're rubbish.
you can't even jump like off things because it'll break. Anyways, another surprise: Eternal Bonding is getting an update.
Cool.
Oh, everyone's so excited about the Eternal Bonding update! Woo!
I'm not married.
I'm divorced.
So it's not going well for any of us. Good luck, yes. Let us know how it is.
Well,
yeah.
I mean,
They're adding more
just-
ceremonies.
yeah.
And an anniversary
wanna marry me?
ceremony.
I don't think I'm gonna pay for a second wedding.
Are the anniversary ones paid or
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what it is. That's
Wait,
what
they're
it
paid
is. Yeah.
for?
They
Okay.
didn't.
Yeah, of
they
course
didn't. They didn't say anything.
No, it
but
is.
Of
It's-
course,
it's-
it is.
It's buying the same things again. So you'll have a free anniversary option, but it'll be uncustomizable and stuff
Right.
like that.
Yeah.
Do you think you'll get
exact
new
same.
glamour and stuff for it if you pay
No,
for it?
God, no. It's just literally redoing the
It's just
ceremony.
the
is all it
same.
is.
Yeah. You're
Yeah.
just doing the thing over again. So it's just bullshit. There.
It's just they went, you know what? Everyone's already bonded. We're not making money off this anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
GPOS updates Minion. They're adding stuff to the GPOS system. Minion actions, player walking, running animations, and etc. will be added in this patch, as well as the option to control time and weather. So more power
I've
for
heard a
GPOS.
lot of people. I've actually heard a lot of people really excited about that.
Yeah, I'm sure, because there's nothing more annoying than lining up a good shot and then it starts to rain.
Yeah, the weather
God,
is the
yeah.
thing. The weather is the thing that's gotten the most praise, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost the best part is that config data will now be saved to the server, which we talked about like 1 or 2 weeks ago.
Oh god, yeah, of course, yeah. This is nonsense that it's not.
Yeah, exactly. And now that's happening. So it's the end of an era. You don't have to back up that fucking My Games folder every time now. It's going to be saved to the server. Although it is still a Square Enix solution, you have to do it manually. You have to click a button to sync your data if it's out of sync. So if you're on a new computer, you have to open a menu and click sync, and it'll just fetch your stuff. But that's a million miles better than having to like, oh no, do I have a USB with that on? Like that fucking yeah. So that's good stuff. And that concludes the first part of the live letter. First part of the live letter. Then they went in for a break, and remember when they said they had, they were pressed for time.
Pushed for time. They had a quick coffee break.
They were pressed for time for this second half, and although we're going to give you a lot of information now, most of it was them again just chilling out, talking about how cool they are and how they come up with ideas and how many of them play 14. Which, by the way, there was like a question where I think Yoshi asked like how many of your employees play 14, and it was like 20-ish, whatever. And then Yoshi P was like, yeah, there's one dude playing Monster Hunter World in our office.
Ooh. Oh, I feel like he baited them too. Like, I feel like they were probably like, it could have been like 4 people in their office playing. Yeah. They're like, oh yeah, like 20, like trying to make them look good. And he's like, by the way, no one fucking plays your game.
Also, there was a lot of bullshit right there. There was like, there's like 20 people playing 14, and they're like, they leave early on patch days. I'm like, come on, dude.
No, they don't.
No, they don't. Don't lie. You don't have to lie. Anyways,
to be fair, Monster Hunter World isn't it's not an MMO, so it's like maybe a lot of people in the Square Enix office played it and finished it.
Maybe
it's just the one straggler who's like, I just got a PS4.
Yeah,
somehow. I work at Square Enix. I just got a PS4.
Yeah. Okay, so Monster Hunter World begins, the collab begins on August 7th. It is called...
Same day as Eureka.
Same day as Eureka, so that's good. That means you have 2 types of content to play with on that day, so it's not all,
Yeah, but remember that if you don't do it all in one day, you miss out. It's 14, you have to do everything in one day.
Yeah, that's right. It's called The Great Hunt, and it comes in 2 versions, normal and extreme, which confirms...
How amazing is that?
It is amazing.
So good.
It's sort of, I was afraid that 14 was going to be like this lopsided part where there's
I feel like ours is better.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I'd say that. It'll come in normal and extreme, and we'll get more into detail about that. But Rathalos will ignore threat, meaning that everyone is a target and everyone is a tank.
So you don't want to go in with tanks, pretty much.
Yeah, and Q-tanks are going to be divine.
Well, yeah, I
bet
need
for you.
Here's the thing, Mela. I'm sure unless he ignores defense, which would mean ignoring gear, it means he's gonna hit really weak because he can't kill, like one shot something. So if you went in with all tanks, you would probably never die.
Well, he's probably got so there's mechanics here that 14 has never seen. We'll get to this. Yeah, but like I'm getting to it right now. It won't play like standard 14 content. There are no role limitations, and that is done to emulate the gameplay of Monster Hunter World as faithfully as possible. There's like in that trailer you see stuff like you were getting thrown around, like stuff that I've never seen before. Like there's a swipe, there's stuff you are on the back of him, like there's
the knife thing was when he's stabbing him. That was awesome.
Yeah, and also there's a potion like the potion drinking that they do in Monster Hunter World. You can only carry 10, just like in Monster Hunter World there's limits on how many potions you can carry. So there's 10. And you get a debuff. You can get a debuff that will prevent healing by magic, which might be what
goodness.
There's probably the potions.
I assume that's getting hit penalty. Probably.
Yeah.
Standing in there.
But here's the kicker. Normal is 1 to 8 man. Extreme is 1 to 4.
Oof.
We're getting extreme 4-man content.
Well,
it's the only one in the game.
So it is and it isn't. It's not like
it is technically the same. It is on paper. At least.
Well, the only reason I'm saying that is because it doesn't use role requirements or anything like that. So it's not like a 4-man party.
Yeah,
you know. However, oh my god, am I excited about this?
Yeah.
Like, especially the dude. What makes me the most just piques my interest. It says 1 to 4 people.
Yeah.
So when
Solo.
you go into like even on like first days, you're 100% limited. Like, you can't go into a new duty with less than 8 people.
Mhm.
Like you couldn't go with Shinryu day 1 with 3 people, even just to try it. Obviously it wouldn't work, but you can't even try it. That is sick, dude.
That is yeah.
I'm gonna try and solo it day 1 on Warrior for sure.
You need to be level 70, completed Stormblood MSQ, and have an eye level of 320 for normal and 350 for extreme. And this party composition thing was based on feedback from the community that people wanted more hard 4-man content. Now, the main reason why Yoshi P has not implemented this is because if you're in hard content like this and the healer dies, it's usually over.
It's over.
Why though?
Because there's mostly you have no heals. A red mage can possibly keep you alive now.
Also, in normal like raids, it's not like they're all healers. There's 2.
Yeah, but there's a backup. Like if one healer dies, the other one.
Still...
Well, and you have more DPS slots for reses as well.
That too.
But hey, they just got to give Black Mage a res. That's all they got to do, and then your problem's solved.
Yeah.
Because then who's doing
role action?
Who's doing hardcore content without thinking about their composition anyways?
Right.
Exactly.
Like if you're doing hardcore 4-man content and you don't bring somebody else with a res to res your dead healer, why are you doing hardcore content?
Yeah. So this might be a test. So they'll probably see how the community what word am I looking for? Whether or not
we react to
we react to it.
Maybe. Also, his thing with the healer doesn't really work because if the tank dies, it's all over as well because he will cleave and one-hit everyone.
Correct.
And if the DPS die, we won't be able to do the DPS check. So
the DPS can be rest though. The DPS
But if you get res you might not be able to beat the checks.
Yeah, I know.
Remember, these are supposed to be very tight content. So
I agree. He's basically pointing out the flaws of 4-man content.
Yeah.
And that doesn't matter how hard it is.
Yeah. Extreme mode will have auto race, just like in Monster Hunter World, but you can only feint a maximum of 3 times.
Oh, he's already solved his problem about
failing to kill him. That's probably why they're doing it with this content. Failing to kill him and feint 3 times will lead to duty failure immediately. So don't die.
Interesting.
Is
that party-wide 3 things, or is it individual?
I don't know. It didn't say. I don't know how that works in Monster Hunter.
If you're in a party and you die 3 times, I think it's a wipe for everybody.
Is it?
Interesting.
Okay.
I don't know. I haven't played that much of it.
Okay. Extreme. Oh, sorry, I'm reading the same thing. They attempted. So they added. They wanted to add.
Yeah, it is party wide, by the way.
Okay,
Brilliant.
cool.
Yeah, it's party wide in Monster Hunter.
So don't bring a dragoon with you.
Don't bring.
Correct.
So they wanted to add party breaking mechanics, but the graphics could not be approved for the game rating. They can only get the game re-rated when adding a new expansion, so they couldn't add the blood effects or proper part breaking. So the game would have to be re-rated if they added stuff like that, and they just couldn't do that. So Yoshi P deeply regrets that he couldn't get that passed.
That's embarrassing.
That's so lame.
It's really embarrassing.
Yeah. I don't know what the rating is. Peggy 16. That does mean, at least in Europe.
Well, I don't think they mean like we're actually changing the rating, but like on the back where it says like blood, violence.
But that is the rating.
Right. But I don't think that what I mean is I don't think they'd be upping the rating. They would just have to add something on the back of the box. And since it wouldn't be there on the Stormblood on the shelves, do you know what I'm saying? It wouldn't say like dismemberment or whatever.
Yeah, it's probably Rollo's probably right about Japan. Japan is probably the main issue here. They would probably have to go through a whole process. Up here, they probably wouldn't even bat an eye at that.
Monster Hunter World's a Japanese game, and that's all about cutting monsters' limbs off.
Yeah, but it's already.
What do you mean?
But it's already rated. Yes. This game isn't. Remember that when they cut off this. Here's a good example.
What's Monster Hunter World?
Here's a good example. In the CGI trailer for Heavensward, when Raubon loses his arm, you never actually see the cut of his arm. You see blood and just the arm rolling. That's them circumventing the rating.
It's rated T for teen, dude.
Yeah, it's rated Peggy 16 here, so it's the same thing.
Yeah, but it's adults only in Japan, obviously.
I think that's a total bullshit excuse. Honestly.
Yeah.
But I understand. Like they because again, they would need to add stuff on the back of the box that wouldn't be on the shelves. And I know Mail, you have a good point that Oblivion was re-rated, but is it worth them pulling all the copies of Stormblood off the shelves to slap a sticker on it to re-rate? I don't think it's worth it.
That's why we're not
for somebody else's game.
Yeah.
Not even their own game, for somebody else's game.
For an expansion, I would get it, but not for like, as he said, for this would be
Wouldn't it be
pointless.
super cool, though, as part of the fight, if the monster, like the enemy had different health bars for each limb, and when you got the health bar to non, it would change how it worked, the whole fight works?
That would be cool.
That would be so cool.
Way too complex for 14, though. I don't think that would work here. Okay.
But it would maybe, the good thing about that is it could lead to them actually using that in their own ways in the future, right?
Yeah.
Which would have been pretty cool.
Yeah. Rewards will be equipment, not weapons. And due to lore reasons, they won't drop directly from the boss, but materials will. And they have to be brought to an NPC where they will be forged into the gear. Now, people were like, this isn't Rathalos gear. This isn't the Rathalos gear from Monster Hunter World, blah, blah, blah. But there's actually a reason for it. They wanted it to be, I mean, surely it's probably because of clipping, to be completely honest, but they wanted the lore to make sense with what happens in Monster Hunter World, because in Monster Hunter World you take the items from the thing that's been killed and you forge it into the gear, right? So they wanted to implement it into the lore. So you bring it to Eorzean craftsmen and then you see what they would make of it, like in an Eorzean style. And that's what we're getting with this patch. That's why the gear is unique in this collaboration.
I've heard a few complaints about that. Some people are like, I kind of wish they would just have done the actual armor and didn't try to do that.
I appreciate that they're trying to be true to the lore, though, because it's...
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, now it's actually made... It's made of the same monster, but it's been crafted by Eorzeans.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
nice,
it's not like that's the best part of the whole thing anyway.
No, that's not, because
for some people, well, I guess no, for nobody, but I mean, like for me though, like if I was playing Monster Hunter World, probably the most exciting part for me about doing that event would be getting the Dragoon armor.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So you know what I mean? Like,
but yes,
one of the rewards is a little bit better than anything else in the entire game.
We're getting a pig in a pajamas.
Oh, that's what you're excited. Oh, I didn't think that's what you were gonna say.
Yeah, the pig in the pajamas.
We got a pig in the pajamas, everyone. And that's it. The game's over now. We can end it. We're getting a fucking pig in the pajamas. And
why is he wearing pajamas?
He's tired. He's tired, Mela. He's tired of everyone's bullshit. He wants to go to bed and chill like the little piglet he is.
And when you think about it, it's almost like a hood as well, because it goes past his ears.
Yeah, he's just enjoying being a pig. Yeah. We're also getting a palico, which is that cat thing, with a very nicely textured shovel.
Yeah, and a very well modeled face.
Very well.
Actually,
that is scary. How like
the eyes are good.
Yeah.
Well, apparently it's the quest giver as well. So
yeah. But then we also get the mount. We get the mount
so detailed as well. It looks really good.
It's kind of insane. I think it is. They talked about. I think it was almost implied that they've almost imported the textures from Monster Hunter World and then just rescaled it for 14. But they had wanted to make it more red because the original Rathalos didn't actually fit into the 14 color palette. So they had to increase his color a little bit.
Monster Hunter World is a very washed out game by comparison, color wise. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But look at like the like wings where it's like clipped away and it looks so good.
It's a very nice model. And I'm usually not a big fan of big mounts, but this one actually looks pretty decent. So that's nice. And
it surprisingly fits really well. Like that. When you really look at it, like that's something I wouldn't be shocked to see in like the Dravanian Forelands or something.
Exactly.
So, yeah. It doesn't look out of place, which was my original concern.
Yeah. There's also an outdoor housing item, which is
meat. Delicious.
Just meat. You're getting meat. And this event has no end date, so this is a permanent event.
Woo!
And I love how I put remember to draw dungeon here because I'm so afraid that we're gonna miss it. So yeah, that's the Monster Hunter World and Live Letter. But we're not done yet, because something else happened this week, which I haven't put in the show notes, but we know what we're going to talk about. Data mining.
Oh, yes.
Seems to indicate that we are getting a certain job this expansion. Now, we have to make it clear that this is not a confirmation, but it's very likely that it is the case. Blue Mage has been found.
Blue Mage.
Yes, just like Samurai before it
Yeah.
was found almost in the identical way.
And
By
Yuki,
the same
also
person,
the same guy.
too, right?
By the same person, maybe, I don't know.
I think so. So, like, the stars have aligned, I think, and I think this is as close as we'll get to a confirmation before we get.
Yeah.
See, Roland says it's a red herring,
He said so
It
too.
could be.
but people said that about Samurai too. People were
Yeah.
like, there's no way that they're just putting that in the
Yeah.
game files. They're baiting them. They're just teasing them.
That's exactly the
They
same
have
reaction
never
like that.
once managed to tease the data miners. They just give them the exact name.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
No,
also a
I
blue
think
herring,
I'm
please.
pretty sure it would. I'm pretty sure it's legit.
Yeah.
Because they could just put in, like, new class ability
I
until
don't know why they
the
don't
point.
call it
yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
They literally
wonder-
it's like, oh yeah, this is what it is, guys.
I wonder if it has something to do with like they can't change it in the directories later or something.
God, yeah.
So
Oh,
if they
yeah.
keep it, if they call it like new class 1, it's stuck as new class 1
Oh,
till
yeah.
the end
Yeah.
of time.
Like in
or
the actual
something.
game, the new class is called New Class 1.
Yeah.
Like, hey, need new class 1 for Farah Sirius Hard, please, Centel.
And even if it was for an NPC, doesn't matter, because they've put Blue Mage in there. That means that there's a
Yeah.
Blue Mage in the game. No way they're going to throw
Right,
that away.
Exactly.
So
Because you want to know the difference is like when we have other jobs, say Geomancer in Kugane. There's Geomancers in the game.
Yeah.
Guess what they don't use? Geomancer skills.
Yeah.
They're not listed
Yeah.
as Geomancer skills.
No.
The fact
But
that
with
it's
the same token, Thancred was a rogue, but he didn't use rogue skills until he added rogue. So
Yeah.
they could still put Geomancer in the game and just sort of phase
Right,
the
yes,
NPCs
and
into using
exactly.
these.
Absolutely. But this one says Blue Mage,
This one just says Blue
right
Mage.
from the beginning.
and it
Which
makes
means-
sense.
Which is it a bit strange that it's I think we might see a blue mage in Eureka.
I think we might see a Blue Mage in the Crystal Desert place. I think Alpha knows the Blue
Why
Mage.
is it in
because
the
his
why is
sister's
it
a
in the
Red
game
Mage.
code already though, and not with the 4.4 game code? So
That's
you
fair.
oh, that's a good call. Maybe it's a character that's already in the game or something.
It could be Maximus. Doesn't he have a gunblade?
Could be
Because that is the
Maximus.
hot potato. Maximus. That's the
Well,
hot.
why wouldn't it just be Gaius?
It could be Gaius, obviously,
Yeah,
too.
Gaius would make more sense.
But yeah, because we've seen him manipulate magic before with his gunblade when he does the X and all that, and the other
True.
Guardians
True.
we've fought before. Because that's the hot potato right now. Everyone's saying that it has to be a tank, and
Don't have to be.
it
be the healer.
makes sense to be a tank.
Makes sense, but it doesn't have to be.
Hey, I'll tell you what. I've had blue mages as my healer from the entire playthrough because of White Wind.
Yeah, yeah. But in 14, I'm leaning towards tank because that's what they appear at. If we're going to assume that Gaius, for instance, is blue mage, he wouldn't be a healer.
No, of course. Of
No,
course.
No. So
he probably wouldn't know.
no. And Garleans use gunblades, and gunblades usually have ceruleum in them, right? Ceruleum
Which
is blue. That's
a nice way
sure.
of fitting it into the game.
Yeah. And that could help them. Like, they can't really handle magic, but if they have the gunblade with ceruleum, they can like pseudo control it, right? So
Yeah.
that is the
I mean,
way.
they could be like, for example, they could be a machinist
Right.
because the thing on the hit sucks in ether for them.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they could. It wouldn't be as strong as us, of course, because we have the extra ether manipulating power. But they could theoretically be a machinist.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they've already shown that they have the capacity to design jobs that would work for
Yeah.
both Garleans and non-Garleans.
Mm.
Yeah. It's exciting. It means that if it is a tank, then maybe we'll also get a healer. Maybe I still want
Geomancer healer?
I still want a chemist. I just
Chemist
want
healer could work
chemist.
too. See, I imagine
And it makes
chemist as a
sense
healer,
with
though,
Garlemald.
to be throwing flasks on the floor and doing splash damage.
Yeah, that would be
heals with AoEs,
cool.
which would be really cool, but no one would want that, especially controller users.
I think that would be okay if it wasn't all your skills. If
Yeah,
it was like
of
a
course.
couple of
It
your
has to
skills,
be
that's
all
okay.
No,
I don't want it to
all
be
of them.
all.
You have like 5 brew abilities where you combine them like rogue or ninja into
Mhm.
different
Right.
types of potions, and then
You want a mudra healer, is what you're
yeah,
saying.
yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah.
What? You say it like it would be a bad thing, but it could be. Super
It's a cool idea, but I don't know if mudra healers are what we need of all things.
Can you imagine the stress of like a high-end raid situation? Like, oh god, what do I combine?
Press 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to get your benediction.
Yeah.
And then you have to throw it on the floor.
And then you have to
Yeah.
still throw it. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I don't
then
know.
you could benediction like 5 people.
We could get. What if we actually get like
Which would be cool.
a trinity of classes this expansion?
I would like. I would
That'd be
really
awesome.
Because
What if we get 2 DPS and one of
We
them?
need a new
That'd be funny,
ranged.
wouldn't it?
yeah, a new range would be nice. Yeah.
Yeah, range physical. Yeah, we need
Yeah,
that.
yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Not saying that we're getting that, but
No.
we have gotten 3 before. So I mean,
They've got the money.
they've got the money. Stop wasting it on wrestling and wine.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. Blue Mage though, that's the only thing that's confirmed. Let's not disappear into like all
Why
the
not?
other ones we want.
Let's not go down the conspiracy rabbit hole.
I still want
Yeah.
Chemist though. I swear I want Chemist, please.
I want Mime, and Blue Mage can be the healer. I don't care. Or
Oh,
Blue Mage can be
Mime.
whatever.
Oh.
All I want is
Mystic
mine.
Knight. Please add Mystic Knight.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We still don't know how Blue Mage will work in the game though, because there's also this whole, taking the whole thing about Blue Mage is
I think
Yeah.
we know that won't be in the game.
But if
No.
they don't add that in, it sucks.
it sucks
really
because it'll take away that one thing that Blue Mage really is all about.
The only part of it.
Well, it does and it doesn't. It means you can still use enemy skills,
But-
of course.
Yeah, Blue Mage is a bit of a weird class because it's not really set in
Consistent.
stone. It's different
Not
almost
consistent.
in
Yeah, it
every
does
single iteration.
But it's generally about using enemy magic against them.
Yeah, that
It
seems to
always
be
is.
the
That's the
gotta-
only part.
Yeah.
Got to do
Yes.
something along those lines.
yeah.
I have it. Here's how it's gonna be. If it's a thing and they're gonna follow that trend of Blue Mage, you're just gonna be It's gonna be like a quest. Your main scenario.
Yeah.
Your main quest
No.
is gonna be like, hey, look, there's a bomb. Now you can learn self-destruct or something.
If that's
Yeah.
the way
You know what I
they
mean?
do it, I will be furious.
How else would they do it? I mean, that's the way they
the
have.
game is too limited. You can't do it. How
I
else?
know.
They're not
it-
gonna have it.
It will lose so much doing it.
Mela,
that way.
imagine if just this concept alone doesn't make any sense. Imagine if you were to go into a dungeon at level 70, but your tank hasn't fought enough cactuars and can't use his main tank ability.
Yeah.
Then my tank
Like-
needs to leave the party and go and fight some
Mela, that's
cactuars
never
first.
something they're ever gonna do in this game.
No.
It'll never happen.
No. Tanks using self-destruct.
Yeah, I know. That was the first thing that came to my head. It's just,
Yeah, what a
it's a
weird
classic-
starting.
What a
ability.
what a great
classic-
tank! He just killed
Okay, guys,
himself.
It's a
I'm
Blue
gonna
Mage
pull
ability.
this self-destruct.
Okay. Yeah. I just. It's cool. It's the first indication of what we're getting in the next expansion. It is literally the first like breadcrumb for the
Correct, yeah.
expansion.
That
So
would be super cool in PvP being able to steal skills. Like if someone casts like foul on you and you're like, "Bzz,"
that's
and then cast it
interesting.
back on them instead.
That's-
Maybe that's what's gonna happen.
No, guys, that's for mine. You're crazy.
Oh, that's for mine.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mine just stands in base, like
It's just,
pretending
it's
stuck
just
in a
like
box.
No,
you
they
can't
mimic.
hit me now. I'm behind a shield.
Exactly, and then they put up a reflective wall and it blasts back at them.
Yeah. That's this class. We need it. We
We're
need
building mime.
We're building mime.
Mime
Mime
6.0. We're telling you it's gonna happen.
it. Okay.
Mime confirmed.
Okay. I guess we'll read some MogMail. Now at the end. We have a few. Let's just jump into this one. This is hopefully we'll jump into this one. This one's from Nithril Farley from Lich.
I like how you're never sure.
Yeah, never sure. If you were able to discuss possible patches with Yoshi P, what would you advise him to change, add, remove, upgrade, and why? Also, I don't know if this was asked before since I'm new, but how did you come up with your character names? We've already sort of answered that before, but that last part, mostly, what was it again? Do we go through this again? Yas's
Yas-
friend
Yaz's friend called his E3 Yazpot. That's the only one I can really remember.
Yeah, and I misread. I think it was a typo of an obscure NPC in a game. I can't even remember if it's 9 or 8. And Mala,
It's just a nice name, isn't it?
yeah. So an Indian play.
Indian play.
So if we could
I love
discuss
Bollywood.
if we were able to discuss possible patches with Yoshi P, what would you advise him to change, add, remove, upgrade, and why? That's a lot. That's a big question.
I feel like it would probably be a lot like our conversations here.
Bring back Stone Skin.
All right.
Of all things?
Would you? Okay.
That's
right.
what you
Imagine this,
brought up in
Lukio.
your priority list.
Imagine this, Lukio. Right. We have been given.
Imagine everyone's rage. Like,
we're not
I'm
gonna
going to
be so
represent
pissed at you,
Lukio.
dude.
You've been sent to the holy chamber of Yoshi P. You get one question to ask, and he will implement
We get the
it.
privilege to go and interview Yoshi P, and you sit down, and you shout at him, "Give me back Stone Skin!"
Just wasted.
He's like, and he just waits for the translation.
His response would be, Divine Benison. It's better.
Please step on me.
I don't know. I actually don't know.
I just tell him to.
I would
shake up the patch cycle. Don't make it so formulaic.
I would just tell him to not be so careful all the time.
Yeah,
that's true as well. Yeah.
Specifically, probably with the story is what I would mention. It's like you don't have to be like so worried.
Actually, yeah,
to disappoint everyone and like not like because they always feel like you need to rush things and shoehorn things in or make things really stereotypical and because they don't want to break the mold. And it's like the times you've broken the mold have been the best storytelling.
Yeah, exactly, right? And just in the story of the games, like they're afraid of killing people in the game because they're afraid that people get upset. Some of the biggest like characters from the Final Fantasy series are dead. They were killed, like Aerith.
And what are the moments that people remember from 14? Is when people die.
Yes. That's the only reason why we still remember Moan Brida, because she died. Yeah. She was nothing before she died.
More than Minfilia. So
yeah.
Oh,
I just rant to him about Thancred for about 3 hours.
Yeah, about how they fucked up his storyline.
Missed out on the greatest plot twist in the whole game.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, there's just stuff, nothing specific I want him to like.
Oh god, yeah, that.
Do.
Sylph. Was it Frixia or something?
Oh yeah, the Sylph.
She gets sidekicked into a wall.
Yeah, oh.
Dude, that's so funny.
That's the first. You're right, though.
It's so funny.
Leave her alone.
Like sidekicked, like roundhouse kicked.
Oh my god, we're awful.
Full Chuck Norris.
She's a cabbage. You don't have to feel
bad. She's a cabbage.
bad.
It's true, but she has a very little sweet little face on like a leaf.
Yeah, she's lovely.
Is she the one with little glasses too? Like on
no, that's the old one. I would have wept.
He's never gonna.
I would have wept.
He's Frixia.
Okay, let's get to the next one. Thank you to Nithril for that.
Thank you.
This one's good. We have a good answer for this one, huh?
Oh yeah.
This one's from Edward Allen from Coral. One idea for the post show. Have a segment for viewers to call in to the show via Skype, Discord, etc. Basically a Q&A with the viewers.
So
we did this, Edward.
We did this.
It was horrible.
It was a fucking disaster.
It was kind of like me, Yaz, and Lukey just sat there silently while everyone else like ranted about something.
It was very weird, and I don't. It just doesn't fit. It doesn't fit.
It became a soapbox almost. You know what I mean? Like people join and be like, "Yes, okay, I got the world."
Yeah,
and it's we're just kind of like,
maybe we could do it where it's like one person. But
it would still be weird. Like there's just like this. We can't like screen people. Like we would need someone else to do that first. It's like this whole thing.
Why would you want to talk with us?
That too. Also, we do. That's what we have MogMail for. So just do it in written form, and we'll do it that way. It's just we don't want it to be awkward. We don't want this awkwardness to happen, like what happened back then. Where we didn't even know when to end it. Like I was like, everyone's just talking. We're like, oh, we're way over time. Should I just cut in now or?
God,
okay, we gotta go. Bye. It's like
it was like
oh,
it was just, it wasn't even that. It was just we just left the group.
Which is they
I feel like the comment wasn't even about 14 at one point. It was about like other video games. It was about like Sonic or something at one point, I think.
it was good.
It wasn't.
It wasn't good. It was actually pretty bad.
Nat man, just want to say, who wants to be a Gideonaire? You're in for a treat today, Nat.
Oh, okay. What? Oh, yeah, you're right. What are you on about Gideonaire for? We're in MogMail. What?
Yeah, it's what Nat's saying in chat.
Oh,
bring back Gideonaire.
Oh, that's happening today, Nat. Yeah. After this. Next one's from Punished Donut.
That's
from
a
Leviathan.
good name.
That's a good name. That's a strong name. Hey, dear speakers, I've often been annoyed at the fact that while there have been attempts to revamp the combat system with role actions, which hasn't been for the best, given the changes coming next patch, that Disciples of the Hand have been neglected and still use the cross-class system. This bothers me because of the
To be proficient
in any one craft requires proficiency. Oh, now I get it. In others, do you think they'll ever go back and add the role action system to Disciples of the Hand, or are they going to stay the course? That's a very good point. I haven't even thought about that.
No, keep it.
But it's kind
That's
of
what
dumb.
I hate most about crafting in this game is that they're so reliant on each other, and you need all of them at least 50.
Well, need is a weird word because you don't need them all at 50.
You do.
Craft.
You need a lot of them.
Unless you want to waste half your money.
Here's the thing. Let me finish. You don't need them to past 50 to level to 50.
Right.
And everything after 50 isn't cross-classed anymore.
No, but you can't deny the fact that you still need to level a lot of classes to 50.
You need them for end game crafting, for macros.
Why are you protecting the cross-class? It's terrible.
Because I'm just saying I think it's a rewarding system. If you have to be an actual full crafter.
No.
If you're gonna be a crafter, you gotta be a crafter.
No.
If you want to craft
why can't you not be just a weaver?
Why
do you have to be like, oh, I want to be a weaver? No, you can't. You have to level
If you want to be a weaver, you've got to be the best cook
You're not a crafter, you're just a weaver.
Because you wouldn't be able to do that anyways.
Well, imagine if that was the real world. Like, we don't need weavers. We need a jack of all trades, please. That or nothing.
Guess what you need? Guess what you need?
I'll be naked.
You need people. Guess what, Lukiel? You need people to make the leather to use in your weaving recipes. You need people to gather all this stuff.
That's why you level. Another one levels. That's how it works in real life. The leather worker makes leather for the weaver, so the weaver can make something out of it, right? The weaver doesn't go, guess I'll put on my leather apron and start working on my leather working.
Theoretically, you could still do that.
But you don't have to. You shouldn't have to.
Theoretically, you could still do that.
Theoretically, but they don't.
The only way you need these cross classes if you're using macros for like specific crafting. You don't need them otherwise. You can craft regardless.
This system is flawed. And it is one of the main reasons why I still dislike crafting. Although I have all my classes to 70, it's not a problem. But it's even when you have all the classes to 70, you're like, oh, which skills do I need again for this? Like, I have macros, right? So sometimes there's parts of a macro that uses a skill that I don't usually use. I'm like, oh, fuck, now I have to take that one out. Which one do I have to take out? If I had a role system where, like, just give us all the skills. Just give us all the skills.
More on that, some classes have a bigger advantage because they might have like 3 of the required ones just built the class.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to. You've got more leeway with the other ones. It's
just a leftover that they don't care. They don't care. As long as no one says anything, like no one's gonna complain. Like I don't think crafters do complain because they're so used to it now. But if you start the game now and you want to start crafting, this system is going to be overwhelming. It's an overwhelming system, which makes very little sense.
It takes like 10 minutes to get to level 50, dude. It's not that bad.
10 minutes to...
It takes like 5 hours.
It does not take very long to get from 1 to 50 on any crafter. It's ridiculous.
You need leaves, for instance, if you want to level quickly, which runs out.
Which gives you an absurd amount of experience.
Which are on a daily... You know,
but they still give you an absurd amount of experience.
If you're just starting off, you can only do so many quests. You can do like 3 or whatever, right?
Plus, you also have to have got to that stage in the game.
Yeah, that too. Like, there's a lot of hindrance there.
What, to North Shroud?
Yeah, but
no,
if you've just bought the game today, you're not going to be able to go and unlock that until you're like level 50
yeah,
on
that's
your
right.
main class.
I
You
cannot
can't do
remember when you
that.
unlock
I
XL.
think it's earlier than that. I think it's open.
Doesn't matter. It's a dumb system.
It's not bad. It's not bad to do it. If you want to make a bunch of money, put the time in. Go
but you
ahead.
can still put the time in and have role actions. I mean, you can specialize. You can be a specialized. It's just weird. It's the same
Oh, don't
issue
get
that
me
I had
started on
with
specialists.
like
Specialists
specialists.
don't work that
Let's
way.
not talk about
They
whistle
don't work that
while you
way.
work.
Oh, God,
Oh,
yeah.
whistle while you
Whistle
work.
while
Everyone's
you
using
work.
that, huh?
Oh my god.
Anyways, the system is kind of like the old cross-class system, where like I want to be a black mage. I got a level bard first, or sorry,
Yeah.
archer first. Like, why? I want to do
But
black
to the
man magic.
extreme, where you have to level everything.
Yeah, it's like I just want to weave. I just want to make this, and they're like, no, no. You have to do goldsmithing, and then you have to do leatherworking. How about some carpentry? Like you have to do all of it, and that I think is a bit weird.
I would agree if
Worked
it was
back in the
hard
day.
to level to 50 without them.
I
The
think
fact
you're-
that it's easy
I
to
think
level
you're
to
taking
50
this
is
too
fine.
lightly, like how easy it is for you now, but it isn't that easy
I mean,
for a new
my
player
crafters were
today.
behind for a long time.
Yeah,
My crafters were like super.
but how
I jumped
hardcore did you level
from-
those though? Yes, like
But at the beginning of Stormblood, I leveled most of them from like 55 to. I mean, I leveled exclusively through Moogles. I didn't craft at all in Heavensward. I
you're
didn't craft
already
one item.
50. It doesn't matter. It's not. That's not the point. It's just that why won't you just have a set skill? They should just have the pool that we have. They did it with what? That's this. Let's bring the question back to the old cross class actions. Then why not just keep that? It's the same thing. It's easy to level to 50 because that's when. Oh, sorry. When do you stop getting the actions back? Then like 30, or do you have to go all the way to 50?
There was some that one of them was 44.
Yeah. So it's the
Yeah.
same thing. So you could just keep that then, because it's the same thing. It's so easy to
Well-
level to 50.
Well,
For muscle memory, you got to be culinary in 54.
Yeah.
That's true. That is
That's
true.
super high.
There is some skills that I admit they're a bit much high on there. But I mean, it's like first of all, crafting doesn't gate you through like the MSQ or anything like that. So it's like it's a bonus thing.
No, but
It's
they're
not
making
actually
a
gates
system
you
that's
through
actually
wealth.
really in-depth,
You're-
boring.
And if you're gonna do crafting that's gonna make you millions upon millions of gil, which again is the only time you ever need the cross-class system,
hmm
then you can put the fucking work in. It's not that big of a deal. They don't need to be handing out gil. They don't need to ruin the market boards more than they already are. It's fine that they put requirements.
I'm not
and-
saying,
and
but to me,
stuff on
it's
it.
not.
totally
To me, it's not so much that it's gating people. Like it's to protect the sacred crafting. It's more that it's just annoying. And like I have all the crafters at 70. I'm like, do I have to switch? Which one do I have for this macro? Like, this just dumb. Just give us. I just wish. I just want to
Just be able to have them
simplify it. At least do something with crafting, because you fucked it up in Heavensward and you've tried to band-aid it together in Stormblood.
all... Yeah.
Anyways, enough ranting about crafting.
Fine. I'm on the side. I'm positive. I think
Sure.
crafting is great in Storm.
enjoy. Yeah, Stormblood crafting's fine. Heavensward was fucking death.
That's why I didn't craft in Heavensward.
Okay, whistle while you work. Best skill, everyone. Everyone should whistle while you work. That's the best one.
You gain 11 whistles, and then if it's good, you use a whistle. But if
Fucking
it's bad, you lose 5
trash
whistles.
skill. Okay, anyways, we need to wrap it up because we're going into Gillionaire after this. Thank you for
It's got a
watching.
lot of work to do.
Thank you for watching Speakers of Eidolon. I'm already sweating. Like, it's already happening. I'm already stressed. Thank you for watching this episode of Speakers of Eidolon.
Do we need to draw the dungeon?
Oh, you're right.
Oh, God, Jeff, good boy.
Good boy. Good boy.
God, I hope you go into Heartline this time, yes.
No, there's no Heartline. You
Oh,
forgot.
well, whatever.
Alex,
you hope...
You're gonna
well,
be, both of you are gonna be on the spot all the time now.
Oh,
shit.
Yazzie boy.
You're gonna be versus right now. Today.
The whole time?
Yeah.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
that sounds-
Exciting.
Yeah.
Okay. Which
Can
dungeon?
the prize be, like, we own Rollo?
Okay.
Can you buy me the Moogle mount?
Fuck no. It's like fucking $30.
I know, that's why I don't.
Okay. Dungeon pull. Guess now. 3, 2, 1.
Wait,
Same
guys,
as
somebody
Arena.
made me. Did you guys get the list? Somebody messaged me the list that we asked for.
Wow.
Why didn't they message me?
I don't like you.
Like, the producer of the show should probably get the list.
So it does not. Well, it's because I'm nicer, I guess.
How fucking dare you?
So it doesn't have the cursed episodes crossed off. That's the only problem. But it still gives us all the episodes that are out.
Has someone actually gone through all the episodes?
Hell yes. Thank you,
Shout out to
Shrimpacles.
that guy.
You were the best.
Wow, good job, man.
Good job. I wouldn't even bother to do that.
And I guess I can remember. Oh, this is only your own report, so it's not finished actually.
Okay.
So
Yeah, St. Mercy.
but yeah. I'm gonna say I guess Brave Flux Hard. We haven't done that apparently.
I'm sure we have.
I'm gonna go cut a. We've done Brave Flux Hard. We did it. We did it. We did it when
maybe
Rollo
this-
disconnected and I became Smee.
Oh, this is the list of all the ones we've done.
Oh,
I don't know. I'm confused.
Yeah, isn't that the list we asked for though? These are all the ones we've
Uh,
done. Then, see, if
It's
you had
missing-
sent
it's
the list
missing
to
Heaven's
me,
Word
I would have
stuff.
known.
Yeah.
If you had sent it to me,
no hurt.
Listen,
the
I'm more
producer of the
approachable.
show.
People like me more. It's just a thing.
Hey guys, can you just DM me like 'cause I'm lonely?
It's okay. I just ignore you anyway. If you send me
Stone
messages.
Vigil Hard.
Stone Vigil. Okay.
Oh, good choice. Actually, no, bad choice. Horrible choice. Versus.
She's in cannons, my dude.
Come on, St. Mercy. Oh.
Haven't we been there?
Lost City Hard?
Oh my god, we are
No,
like
I guess we
fucking
just did
trash.
normal.
Is it on the
No,
list?
that's-
Is it on the list? Yes.
Lost City Hard. Well, that's a Heaven's Word dungeon, so no.
Oh.
Oh, thanks.
This is only the Realm Reborn dungeons.
Wow, okay, poor Ron. Wow. That's a bit mean.
Roderick then.
That's real mean.
Wow.
You're higher on my list, Rollo.
Lost City of Andapur Hard? I feel like we've done it, but who cares anyway? Wait, we
I feel like we just did.
We did the Iron.
that was
That's
the
Dirty
titties.
Earth Boy.
That's titties.
That's Filthy Earth
And
Boy.
the mushroom.
Oh yeah,
titty
it
mushroom.
was like the first one Rollo was.
Oh, was that normal?
No, that's
that might have been
Andapur
normal
Keep.
mode.
No, wait. No, and Lost City of
That's Lost
Andapur.
City.
That's Diablos in normal. So we haven't done. We did the doors.
We did. Yeah, we did do normal. Yes, we did normal. We did the doors.
We did hard too.
How many
'cause
Amdapurs are there?
Because Filthy Earth Boy was when we fought the thing in there. Remember?
Correct.
Yeah, because Rollo.
You
called
are
me
right.
against
So
the
we've done
other one.
both. How did that get back
That's
in there?
like
then?
one of the first dungeons Rollo did in minimum eye level, I think. So
Yeah. How did that get back in there?
must have slipped in.
I think it's common.
Okay, we'll pull again.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess we'll pull again then. Yeah.
Because we have done that one. I'm
we have.
100% sure.
Yeah, I
Have
agree.
we done
Definitely.
Dusk Vigil? Was it called Dusk Vigil?
Yeah, it was.
We did do that, didn't we?
We have a
I
problem.
like
Yeah,
that.
we did Dusk Vigil.
Anyway, it's going to be St. Mercy.
It's what is this something else that you've done?
I just pulled Wondrous Palace. Wait, what?
Is this all the dungeons we have done are in there?
Do you remember the other day when I like a couple of weeks ago I was like, oh, the cup fell down and I just put everything in?
Oh, the cup fell down.
Have I?
And then I
accident-
looked in my bin and found all of the
I just
pieces
picked
of
everything
paper.
up from the
I put them all
bin
back
and I was
in
like,
as well.
surely this fell out. Okay, let's see. And that might have just been. They were probably. I don't know. Let's see. Could be a disaster unfolding right now.
This one is Copperbell Mines Hard.
Great Google Library. Have we done that?
We have
We've
not
not
done
done
Google.
So that's what we're doing.
That's really hard. at
That-
minimum level.
That's gonna be.
Nah,
That's gonna be not good.
That's a pretty hard dungeon.
Don't take away the microphone. You're still on the air, you moron.
It was very, very overly tuned for the level you went in.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
Let's spin the wheel.
Oh God, no!
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I forgot.
Please, no right side. Yas doesn't need health.
No, not really. Especially not in this dungeon, right?
He's a big tank boy.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Okay, no, I thought it was no job crystal. This is way better. Whew.
No HUD. It's gonna be.
I'd rather have no HUD than no job crystal. To be
It's gonna
honest.
look nice on stream, but
True.
that's gonna also be very scary. But
let's play Tank Buster Randomizer. When's it gonna hit? Who knows?
Okay, that's cool. So that we'll do that tomorrow. That's at 6 p.m. GMT, 11 a.m. PDT, I think. That's 1 hour before the podcast usually starts. We'll be back same time, same place next week. And of course, if you're watching live, the post show will begin right after this. It won't be the post show. It'll actually be Who Wants to Be a Gillionaire makes its return after like a year. And that's gonna be fun. Hopefully, if I don't fuck everything up. Remember to follow us on
Send us MogMail.
SpeakerSexIV.com. That was too early.
I couldn't contain it. I couldn't contain it. It was leaking out.
SpeakerSexIV.com/MogMail. Follow us on Twitter at SpeakerSexIV. Twitch.tv/SpeakerSurvival and YouTube.com/SpeakerSexIV. Discord and chat if you want to join our Discord server. And if you're watching it on demand, link is in the description. All right, we'll see you. We'll see you soon if you're watching live. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.